Yo, hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Friday, end of this trading week for the stock market, and what an absolutely move from the stock market. As you can see, the S&P 500 literally easily broke, as I mentioned yesterday, through its all-time high, and currently we're creating a new all-time high for the S&P 500, as you can see right here, perfectly breaking out on the daily. And as of right now, the RSI is hitting that 80 line, but in my opinion there is still possibility on the daily time frame that we firstly can get oversold, so the RSI indicator can possibly start flashing green right here, and then we can have some kind of a correction for the stock market. But in my opinion, since right now we are trading above the previous all-time high and creating a newer one, basically in price discovery, we can potentially continue a couple of more percentages to the upside for the stock market. And now if we go back and look at Bitcoin basically still struggling at this very key resistance level right here. As you can see, the value area high of this range is still pretty hard support for Bitcoin that it's trying to break out of. As you can see, we've got previously rejected from, and right now we're trying very hard to break out of this range. As you can see, bouncing from the weekly pivot resistance, we have flipped it as support, and right now we need to potentially see a move from this weekly pivot resistance one to the second one, basically almost 3% of a move to the upside if the Bitcoin price manages to break out of here. But in my opinion it will happen, since the stock market is pushing very strong to the upside, and as you know, Bitcoin tends to follow the stock market almost every time. So I'm still very bullish as long as the stock market still continues to the upside, and Bitcoin is just, in my opinion, falling behind or lagging behind, we can even say that. So we are also potentially creating right here on the daily, as you can see, a bull flag. Now this pattern right here is a flag, and most of the people call it bull flag. So basically this is what this pattern is called, and most of the time these bull flags, they break to the upside. So this is what I am also expecting. There is a possibility that if we look on the monthly, we print another very big candle to the upside, but maybe with some slight correction to the downside, since once a new month starts there is always a possibility of a correction. As you know, weekly right now looking pretty nice, creating that bull flag. Basically all this summer consolidation range from the previous year was basically one big bull flag that we got broken out of, and right now we are potentially creating the same thing, as you can see. So it is very possible that, you know, history repeats, and it will probably repeat again. So Bitcoin still looking pretty nice. Now altcoins on the other hand, if we look at Solana perfectly bounced from that weekly pivot. If we look on the lower time frame, as you can see, right through the dollar, a perfect bounce from that weekly pivot. Basically we've touched it right to the cent, and right now the price has pumped almost 5% since then. And as for Ethereum still struggling actually below this value area low. It's still yet to be accepted back into the range that we have broken below. As you can see, price is consolidating under this range. So it's just, in my opinion, in a matter of time that we can get back accepted into. Maybe potentially we can first consolidate, test that weekly pivot exactly as Solana did, and then we can have a bigger move to the upside basically. So still very bullish on the altcoins. Now if we look at the liquidation heat map, you can see most of the liquidity, we do not have that much liquidity sitting to the downside. As you can see, basically it's pretty much zero. So most of the liquidity still sitting on top, 114, 130. As you can see, basically we have liquidity all the way up to almost 115k. So a pretty good sign for Bitcoin that is going to take out this liquidity in a matter of weeks, in my opinion, since this is next week we have a new monthly candle opening. So you can see basically, if you look on the monthly for Bitcoin, we still have 3 days and 7 hours until we print that newly monthly candle. So it will be very, very interesting. There is always a big move happening around of the beginning of a new month or couple of days after. And right now, if we look at the Bitcoin ETF flows, as you can see, let me just refresh the page so we can get the latest data. And basically, we still have another Bitcoin ETF inflows as of today, almost 226 millions. You can see this week we have not had a red day. The previous week we also have not had a red day. So basically, very, very bullish from the big institutions. They are basically buying every single day pretty much millions worth of Bitcoin. And this is also the reason, in my opinion, that the price has had that small correction to 98k basically. And right now we are still trading above 100k. So they are keeping the Bitcoin price very, very strong, in my opinion. And also, if you look at the Bitcoin longs to shorts ratio, you can see basically as of today, right now on the major exchanges, we've had, once again, we have more buying pressure in the market than selling pressure. So it is possible that the price breaks out of this very strong resistance right here. As you can see, also we're back, we're still in that neutral zone, as you can see, bouncing from the fear. And right now we can potentially get back into that grid zone with the next move to the upside. And also the crypto funding rates, they are pretty low, negative on some exchanges, as you can see, but this is also pretty much very nice for Bitcoin for a potential continuation to the upside. And if you look at the dollar also, you can see the dollar index is basically having a very, very hard time right now. Basically having a very big dump to the downside that has been going on since the winter of this year. Basically, if we measure from the top, this move has been going for almost 168 days, as you can see. So basically half a year the dollar has been downtrending, as you can see. So basically this is very, very nice for Bitcoin. If the dollar continues to drop, as I was saying in my all of my videos, when the dollar is weak, that's when Bitcoin is strong. So basically the dollar is dropping because they keep printing new and new money into the economy, and so the Bitcoin price will just keep rising, as you know, since Bitcoin has a fixed supply and they just keep printing fiat currency. So Bitcoin will just continue to grow in value and the dollar will just keep dropping, as you know. So this will be my outlook for today's update video, guys. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for my channel and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.